My friend Peter, he said something a few days ago that really stuck with me. I think there's this perception that when you get into the entrepreneur phase, or you first enter the entrepreneur mindset, you try to convince yourself that just because something is hard, you have to stick through it. Because if you don't, you give up, and that's a clear sign that you didn't try hard enough. But I don't think that's necessarily true all the time, because it doesn't have to be that black and white. There are other factors in a situation, and just because something is hard does not mean you have to stick through it and suffer through it, okay? You're allowed to pivot when something is clearly not working, or clearly not something that feels good in your gut, okay? I think listening to your gut is really important, because you're gonna get this gut feeling. This is exactly what I got. It's like a vision in your mind. It's this feeling in your gut where you just are so certain of something. I think that is more reliable than trying to just bear crawl your way through. Nope, just because it's hard, I gotta do it, right? If it logically does not work with the routine and lifestyle you wanna live, take it out, okay? There's this one brand, this one app that reached out to me when I was still really new into content creation, and I'm not gonna say their name or anything, but they reached out to me, okay? And this was the first account that reached out to me, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta hop on that. I gotta start making money. And I've never heard of them before. I didn't really stand for what they did. I mean, they didn't do anything bad. They weren't doing anything bad. I was like, I don't really care for it, but I can make money. And I immediately decided to take that offer up, and I was like, okay. I looked into their contract and read the deals, and I was like, okay, this is possible. This could be possible here. I already film content all the time. I just have to film one more video. And turns out their onboarding process was a pain. And it took probably 3 times the amount of time, 3 times the amount of effort and time that my own content takes. And I was like, bro, this isn't just another extra video. This is 3 times the amount of work that it takes for me to do my own content that is doing better than most of their accounts that would do that. Basically, the deal was I would make a new account, start making content around their product, and then my audience would kind of act as a conversion funnel to theirs, which, great marketing plan, 100%. But it would completely take the focus off building my own personal brand, building something of my own. And I was like, oh, I could easily balance that, right? I'm glad I quickly found out that it's not something I want to do. I bet I could do it, right? And that's the thing. Something's hard. You have proven that you can do hard things. So what is one more, right? So I just kept trying to convince myself, this is a hard thing, okay? It's gonna be harder to balance this, but I can do it, right? But just because you can do something hard doesn't mean you should, okay? You gotta have discernment. You gotta just weigh the pros and cons. Am I willing to take the trade-off of time it takes to film all these extra videos and then less time for my content? I don't know. If you're in a situation where what you're facing is hard and you're questioning whether you should stay in it or not, make a pros and cons list. I mean, it's that simple. Make a list of the trade-offs and weigh what is worth it and what you care about, and choose from there, okay? I like to think you gotta act fast, but don't act impulsively, okay? And I think my decision to partner with that product was impulsive because I got excited. I was like, oh shoot, I could make some real money here. It wasn't really that good anyways, but yeah, move quickly, but you can plan a little bit slower, okay? I shouldn't say you should move slowly, but in decision making that's important, like finances and your integrity, yeah, I'm figuring this out myself right now. If you're faced with a situation that's hard, it doesn't mean you have to do it because it's hard. You've gotten where you're at because you've done hard things, but you don't have to do every hard thing just because it's hard. Yeah, I love y'all. This is my first video, so if you want more, subscribe, hit that like button, check out my Instagram, and I love y'all. Keep rocking it.